Hello there guys, James here. Today let's review ArrowOS Android 11 version, which is the first Android 11 ROM I'm trying out. So keep in mind that guys, this is a beta build, so bugs and shortcomings are expected. So starting off, there is no Google Discover page. And one little thing that annoyed me was the lack of a proper circle icon shape. If you go to styles, there are color options and such, but if you see, there's no proper circle icon shape. Let's come to a feature of Android 11, which is resizable picture-in-picture, and it works properly here. Now Android 11 has integrated the media controls inside the quick toggles, which is visible here. You also get an output selection option. The lock screen notification also changed a little bit. Now this is the new recents screen without the suggestions bar at the bottom. Instead of that, you get a screenshot option, and there's a new screenshot UI for that. Coming to screenshots, one thing that annoyed me was even though if I'm in silent mode here, the screenshot does make a sound. There's also this new subtle change in the auto rotation animation, which is quite welcome. And if you look at the dark mode, it's the Google type grey color dark mode. It's not the proper black dark mode. By integrating media controls inside the quick tiles, Google had to shrink down the number of quick settings that appears. If you look here, the number of quick settings that are being shown while expanded is same as when it is condensed. Inside the display settings, you have a working display color tuning profiles. If you go into battery settings, you will see the thermal profiles page. You can set thermal profile for individual apps. As you can see, I set PUBG to gaming here. This is a list of all the profiles you get. Now let's compare the performance of ArrowOS 11 to Android 10 version of Pixel 4 port. Guys, this speed comparison can't be the final result because there are many more factors at play. Like I have more apps installed on the Pixel 4 port, which may contribute to slower performance. And ArrowOS takes the win here. Now for my favorite part, let's do some gaming. So keep an eye out for the FPS meter on the top right corner, guys. Now enjoy the gaming. I'll talk you through some more things. There was one bug that I found out during gaming is that if I interacted with the notification panel, the notification bar will become black and it will stay there permanently. So it's quite intrusive for gaming. So for it to go away, I had to restart the game. And one more thing is that if you use YouTube Advanced, the default root mode didn't work for me. It showed that Google Play services wasn't installed, so I had to use micro G option. And when I first installed the ROM, the DPI was very high, which means that no signal icons were showing. Only a white dot telling that there's more notifications was showing. So I had to manually increase the DPI for my signal icons to show up. Okay, now let's wrap up this review, guys. So this ROM, it's quite stable for a beta build. And as I said, it's a beta build, don't expect too much out of this ROM and don't blame the developers for shortcomings because it's already labeled beta. So the UI needs some refinements. The permanent notification bug is a bit annoying. Also the screenshot sound in silent mode is something to deal with. This ROM is not for the hardcore gamers. If you see, I'm getting constant 60 FPS in library mode, but when I played classic in Livik, I was getting constant frame drops, lags and stutters. So when the phone heats up, it is throttling quite a bit, I think. So this ROM is not for the hardcore gamers out there. Coming to the good things about this ROM, this is very stable for a beta build. Most of the things are working. I didn't get any app crashes or anything. All the hardware features like Bluetooth, hotspot, everything's working here. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I need one suggestion from you guys. I'm doing this hand cam video for the gaming section because I think that doing screen recording while gaming can bog down the performance. So to get a real world performance, I'm not doing the screen recording. So you guys can suggest me what do you prefer, screen recording or hand cam itself. I'd love to know that. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you found this video helpful. If you do, please subscribe for more. And see you guys.